These up north where we live, these wintering holes on these smallmouth, generally where they bunch up on most of the deep water, like what would you say, Jim? 20 to as deep as 40 feet with around 25 to 30 being pretty average on the lakes that we fish.
You're talking about the types of spots. One thing that's really, really critical is the habitat. And what these fish really like is once you get to the end of the break and then it flattens back off on the bottom of the break, and then you get like staggered boulders down in 25, 30 foot of water, and you get flats, and the bigger those areas are, the more carrying capacity you can have in a given spot. You know, what they like to do, smallmouths at this time of the year like to gather together with their buddies, and a lot of times that's what I mean. What you want to do is find bigger spots. That's one thing where side imagery is so critical, because you can actually visually identify those boulder flats and have the right bottom composition to gather these fish.
See this? Good indicator that you're on the rocks up here when you get that on it. And the rocks, you gotta have some of those rocks down there for these wintering holes. Doesn't have to be big mounds of rocks. In fact, scattered little pockets of boulders they like better than boulder on top of boulder on top of boulder. Kind of scattered across these flats is what you're looking for. You could see them on your Humminbird side imaging.
Electronics are more important to anglers nowadays than ever before. They serve a great purpose in spring, summer, fall, and winter. Here's an example. We all know fish make seasonal movements, and in the spring, many fish will make a mass migration to shallow, warmer water areas. Using the shallow water highlight tool, you can isolate high percentage areas to start your search, writing off as much as 90% of the water. Once you get into these regions, you will move fairly quickly with your trolling motor to isolate loose schools of fish, occasionally tail ending down and fan casting an area. So a run and gun approach is generally best, and your sonar does not play as important of a role in seeing fish. Now conversely, in the fall, when fish make a migration to deeper water, your eyes to the underwater world are your electronics. This is when a good detailed map, sonar, and side imaging play a vital role.
One thing when you start looking for smallmouths at this time of the year, a lot of times the fish are relatively pinned close to the bottom, so you have to really sort of go over these really pretty slowly. And I'm examining both with side imagery, which I can actually really identify the rocks. But it's interesting in the fact that a lot of times they're pinned so close to the bottom, you really have to sort of zigzag these spots close to see them. And if I only see like one fish, you'll go back and forth over them, and you're surprised at how many fish are really there, you know, because they're not lifted off the bottom.
They're actually tucked into those boulders.
Yeah, they're swimming right amongst the boulders or right next to the boulders. So you can see here, I both have 2D sonar and the map. And then I'm intermittently going and looking at my side imagery. And with the side imagery, I'm really trying to identify larger patches of boulders. You can see there's a little ridge of them right in here. And a lot of times, all I'll see is like white flecks of where the are actually fish. Like right here, that's a fish. There's another fish right here. There's another one. Yeah, that's a good one there. That's a real boy there. Good. There. It's one thing you get on these fish. There's big schools of them. These fish are really collecting together, like so many fish do during the fall. They really start gathering in really pretty specific locations. There you go. Look at that guy there. Another one. The cookie cutter. It's getting sort of cool. He doesn't know if he likes this whole deal. The water's getting cold. Oh, come here. Whoa. Come here. Oh, boy, come here. There you go. Ooh. Another pretty one. Pretty brown bass. There you go. Look at that. Get her back. Come here, buddy. back to the depths.